Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, IBF mandatory challenger, right? Heavyweight mandatory challenger, Kubrat Pulev, is to fight Kevin Johnson on Friday, April 28th. The Kubrat Pulev is 24-1 with 13 KOs. Your boy Kevin Johnson is 30-7, one draw with how many KOs? 14 KOs, right? So it was just, when a mandatory is fighting, that should be important, right? So it is, because this is going to be the guy that the IBF is saying after Klitschko and Joshua get busy that the winner is going to have to face. Probably so much so that we can't get a unification. So you want to try to see, well, what is the dude doing? Kubrat Pulev. He's the mandatory, because when you say mandatory, this means you better fight him. You got to fight him because. And instead of those three dots, we want to have something after that. What is the reason why he would be the mandatory? Because normally a mandatory position means I done earned something. Kubrat Pulev is a bad boy. He was only done in by Vladimir Klitschko. That's his only loss, right? Other than that, everybody else he is taken care of. Now, after losing to Vladimir Klitschko in 2014, he's had about 4 fights. The first dude he fought had 13 losses. Second one had 20. Then he followed that up with Chisora, who had 5. Beat him, though. And then he followed that up with Samuel Peter, who had 5. All right? So you averaging that. That's an average of 10 losses. You put Kevin Johnson with 7. That's 10 exactly. But your last 5 opponents, after losing, have an average of 10 losses. And he's the mandatory. Now, I don't even know how many of those was in the top 15 in the IBF. But I can imagine one, maybe. So a mandatory and a mandatory that would get in the way of a unification. I mean, a mandatory who has beaten 3 top 10s and this and that. But not a mandatory who's been fighting people with average of 10 losses, right? Has been put in a position where he's going to get in the way of a unification match. That would be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm tired of telling, right? These are the kind of things we have to keep our eye on the sanctioning bodies, because it would be a reason, should be a reason why. Should say, well, listen, we're not going to let you back into a heavyweight title bout, right? By fighting a Kevin Johnson and those of the like, which no disrespect to my man. But you're saying, you bust down the door as a mandatory to come fight the main man, especially when you're getting in the way of people who are trying to unify the division. So these are the kind of things that you got to watch out for. Now, let me make sure there's no disrespect to Kubrat Pulev for what he's achieved before. In 2012, 2013, the man was doing some things, because he beat a once-beaten Dimitrenko. We're not talking about the Dimitrenko who's fighting now. Dimitrenko was once beaten, had 30 wins, only 1 loss. Followed that up with Alexander Ustinov, right, who was undefeated. Still only lost once, right? And then he did some things after that, too. I think he has Tony Thompson on his ledger. And Tony Thompson is a guy, he's a party crasher, Tony Thompson. I wish somebody would give Tony Thompson 3 months notice for a fight before he leaves. Man, 46, 47, give him 3-month notice and then fight Tony Thompson and see what you in for. So when you have a win over Tony Thompson, I'm going to respect that. So he's done some things. Just he's not that active, and he hasn't done anything of late, which meaning the last 2 years. Anybody on his ledger where you say, oh, yeah, the heavyweight division can wait for unification because we got a bad boy over here who has done, and we can't follow that up with anything because of lately, the Derek Chisora of the world, maybe a little something, right? But Samuel Peter, Kevin Johnson, lately, and then coming to a heavyweight title bout as a mandatory. I don't know IBF, but shades of Lipinets in the junior welterweight division when they're trying to unify. We got Sergei Lipinets, who hasn't fought any top 10 people, has 12 fights, and they're saying he has to fight him, Julius Indongo. So we're just giving you examples of what's going on. This is another one right here, if you ask me. I think all these guys on the outside, on the outskirts of the unification, should just be a little bit more patient or fight each other. right? So you can bust through the door, saloon door. They didn't come in the saloon doors quietly back in the day, did they? Bust through the door. Give me a drink. You could do it that way too. You know what I'm saying? Let's just think about that. Let's keep our eyes on these sanctioning bodies, because I'm going to keep telling. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm up out of here.